Video kids, welcome to Math for Monday. Hopefully, you're having a great day so far and about to get even better as you start to work on your math facts here, and in particular, your multiplication facts that we started in on last week. Did a really amazing, awesome job, and we're going to keep going with them today. So, to give a little bit of a review of what we did last week to start learning our multiplications, we learned multiplication is repeated addition, meaning the math facts, adding facts over and over again, or skip counting. So that means if we were doing 3 times 3, it's just 3, 3, 3. 3, 6, 9. 3 plus 3 plus 3. Any way you swing it, it's going to equal 9. So we did that. We also learned, I'll stick with the same problem, 3 times 3, that just means 3 equal groups, 3 groups, 3 dots in each. Count all of our dots, we get 9 equal groups that way. We talked about how we read a problem. We'll do a little different one just to change it up here. If I do 4 times 2, how I read it, to me that means I always start at the top. To me that means 4 groups, 4 circles, and 2 in each. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Count them up, you get 8. So that's as far as we got last week. Another way, and this is all preference, you can do multiplication however you want. There's more than one way to do it, like most things in math. Today we're going to learn another way to draw called an array. And so we'll take that same math problem again that I just did. 4 times 2. Now we should just know the answer to this because we just did it. But here's how I would draw this. An array is, I start again with my top. That's just the easiest way for me to read it. And I'm going to make a column. Columns go up and down like the big column we have right when we walk into our classroom. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have a column with 4. Now, with my 2, I'm going to turn that into a row. Now here's what we have to make sure we do with our arrays. Is we've already got the first one in our row there. So I only need one more. And now I just have to match it and fill it in. So that means that I've got 4 times 2. Just like that. And it actually ends up working the way that I did it to be 2 columns and 4 rows. Because rows go across just like you would row a boat. You do that horizontally across a river, columns up and down. And we can turn that any way we want. So you could have done it the other way. 4 times 2. 4 times 2. Any which way you count them up, you get 8. So that's another way that you can do it. Now this becomes very important because this is one of the easier ways. This might be a little bit tougher to do your multiplication, but when we get to division, especially you third graders, that's going to be, I think, the easiest way to do division. Or if you don't want to draw, say you get a bigger problem. I think we did 7 times 8 on Friday and we drew 7 circles and put 8 in each. That's awesome. That is great, but it might be easier for some of you to think about just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and drawing the outline of an array like that, and then being able to fill it in as you go. Now what you have to be able to do when you make your arrays is you have to keep things lined up. Even if you're a sloppy writer or sloppy artist like I am, you still have to be able to keep things in rows. Things can't get all over the place. Things have to remain about the same size or you're going to get confused very quickly. But that'll be one way that you know that you've got it right. If all your rows and all your columns, when you're done, equal out. See there, I had to erase once just because I put a little extra space and I needed to make sure things kept in order. Nope. And see, I needed to take my own advice there because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got a little sloppy. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. I started to get a little sloppy, and all of a sudden things were going to get away from me there. So I had to stop and kind of redo things there a little bit just to make sure everything went the way that it was supposed to. Otherwise, my array was going to get out of order, and my answer wasn't going to be correct. So there is my array. Now you can see, sloppy writing, not all of my dots are the same size. I should have done this a little bit more neatly, but all of my rows are lined up, all of my columns are lined up to where I could draw a line and they're going to match up all the way down. And if I counted all my dots 7 times 8, just being able to line that up, I can count my dots. I am going to get 7 times 8 equals 56. And again, if you're a great counter, you can count as you go to get those answers to that. So that's what we're doing today, is we're doing the arrays. Now, when you get to your work today, you can do any which way you would like to do. If you get that problem, I'll even throw a new one at you here. 6 times 7, a real tough one. One of our tougher ones has those numbers that aren't easy to skip count by. You can do that any which way you want. You can make an array. You can take and make 6 circles, put 7 in each, or you can try and skip count with your paper any which way you want it. So you could think 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So if you were trying to skip count, you might want to write it like that. Think 6 and 6, 12, 6 more, 18, and keep on going down the list till you get there. Again, if I'm drawing, if I'm showing my work, that's not my preferred way. If I were to do this problem, I'm reading it. 6 on the top, that means 6 circles. I can make that no problem. I can put 7 in each, and I'm a good enough counter, I think, that I can count as I go. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. And I get 42 dots there. I'll put that in my answer real quick, then I'll show you one other thing I did as I did my problem. I tried, like we talked about last week, to make the dots the same in each one. And so what I did is I did 3 groups of 2 because that was 6, and I put 1 in the middle. That's how I knew I had 7 each time. I made my dots. I went dot, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That was my process to make sure my groups looked the way they should and everything came out the way that I wanted it to. I reminded you last week, and I'll remind you again, as you do these, take your time, really get out that paper, get out a marker if you've got it, get out pencil and paper, whatever you've got at home that you can write. And make it fun if you want. Your math might take a little longer, but take out some sidewalk chalk. Go draw it in the mud, make math fun, explore a little bit at home, and if you think of something more fun to do, maybe using some snacks or some food, that's always a great way to make math fun. Send it to me.